Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a relaxing, I was going to say morning stream, but it's actually the afternoon. And I am joined by the majestic Potato McWhiskey. There you go, look at him, he's lovely.
Hi guys, nice to see you all.
Can you do your special line, please?
Hey, buddies, Potato McWhiskey here.
Ah, it's so good. I'll do mine as well. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God. Welcome to the cringe. No,
True.
we have ourselves a special stream. Originally, we weren't going to be allowed to do a stream together. They were like, no, you're too sexually magnetic and it would be too powerful to observe. And then both of us dropped like a 10k donation each. And then they were like, oh, yeah, Jingle Jam's pay to win. Have as many stream slots as you want. So
Yeah, they actually had to modify the room for both of us to be in here at the same time. That was part of the why we donated, is to make up for that extra cost.
there's actually a giant barrier here, and Daph's here with like a cattle prod to stop us from being able to touch. Because if we do, we could cause an explosion. It's very powerful. But yeah, we actually have a task today. Our task is set by Lewis, and that is to play video games from the collection and also not from the collection. This is Rebel Inc., which is from the same people who make Plague Inc., which is in the bundle. Plague Inc. is a fantastic game. Not a bundle, it's a collection.
The collection, that's right.
This is Rebel Inc. It is made by the exact same developers, very similar to Plague Inc. I've played this one before on my mobular cellular device. It's very fun. And yes, we're going to play some together, where I will be playing the game, and Potato will be the dictator of this wonderful land, advising me on what to do. Yes.
Right, so I'm going to be the spirit of the organization and you'll be the hands.
Yes, I'll be your hand, Potato, and you tell the hands whatever you want them to do, and they'll do it.
I think we should choose a high level concept that we're rebelling against, because normally it's like, oh, we're rebelling against,
That's a good point.
Oh, the government wants to pay us to pay too many taxes. But I think we should pick something like, we should rebel against bedtime. Or
Bedtime. You can't tell me what to sleep, Mom. I'll sleep when I want to. So the game's telling me, of course, that we're first-time players and that we shouldn't play the weekly challenge. But I want to see what the latest challenge is.
Right.
For experienced counterinsurgents. Oh, so this is counterinsurgency. Complicated. There's speed runs as well. You can literally speed run this game, which is insane. There's a straight up campaign. Is there a campaign?
I think maybe you might have to unlock it by doing a tutorial or something.
Yes, instead we're just going to play the first level, because I've played this one before, so I feel the safest doing it. And we can only begin with one character, sadly, because we haven't unlocked all the governors. And so we'll be playing as the civil servant. Actually, wait, I think we can unlock them. If I go into the settings,
maybe there's a button.
Plague Inc. There's the cheat everything button. Invert scrolling? No. Okay, right. No, I have to actually play the game.
That's fine. We'll get to experience the game as someone playing it for the first time will.
Yes.
Which is maybe a good way to do it.
I agree. That way they get the most general experience. This person even looks a bit like you as well.
He does. Actually, secretly, they took a picture of me and then just used AI to morph it into a painterly style.
I thought I saw that on Twitter earlier. That makes perfect sense.
It's that new lens A that everyone's using to take pictures.
Yes. It's we also have some advisors. We can't bring any advisors with us because, we don't have any friends.
Right.
So
and these would normally give you new abilities or stat buffs and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like you'd be getting your build from these. In the same way in Plague Inc. you can pick your mutators.
Right.
And that gives you, I don't know, it might make it cheaper for you to spread via air, which would influence the way you play the game. This is very similar because, it's by the same devs and they found a good formula and just improved upon it.
Yeah, I really like games where you can kind of make your own little custom setup build and you can kind of put the little puzzle pieces together, because I like to do weird stuff like waterborne.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Ooh, what difficulty do you think we should play on?
It's up to you. I'll let it be up to you. I've played on 2 of these difficulties. One of them it seems quite terrifying. So yeah, it's up to you. Oh, we have got cheats up here actually. Oh, you have to beat saffron fields without cheats in order to enable them in this region. I love that replayability.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
I think, as much as I would love to see you suffer through brutal.
No, you'd be the one suffering through it. I'll make your actions, but you're the person at the head.
Oh, that's right. As much as I would like to suffer through brutal, I think I would like to actually get an idea of what the game is about.
Right, we'll go for normal
So
then.
normal, I think, is a nice little comfy spot.
Lovely stuff.
Well, this is a comfy strategy stream. We don't
It is. It is.
want to stress each other out too much.
No, we don't. So we need to name our operation. So basically, we're going into a country which has an insurgency problem, and we're kind of peacefully lifting up the nation, getting rid of the insurgents, maybe getting in some assistance from foreign powers, or maybe building our own new militarized police force to put down the insurgency.
Right. There's kind of a couple ideas that are coming to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Let me have a think. I'm trying to see. My mind instantaneously went to inappropriate things, and I'm trying to scale that back now to something slightly less inappropriate.
Operation Megacock.
Bedtime enforcement,
Operation Mandatory Sleep Time.
or vegetable distribution. Oh, you can.
I can. Yes. Operation
Bedtime enforcement.
Operation Bedtime Enforcement. I mean, I guess we are sending the insurgents to bed.
It's a very permanent bedtime.
I think I also spelled that wrong entirely, but that's fine.
That's all right.
Welcome to Saffron Fields. The invasion is over and combat forces have been withdrawn. Despite initial hopes of change, the region is still unstable and the population feels neglected. Operation Bedtime Enforce Me must stabilize the region. You have full responsibility for all civilian and military matters. That's right, in this region. So we need to set up our HQ in one of these regions. This will be the central civilian and military headquarters for Operation Bedtime Enforce Me. So, yes, be careful. If we put it in the center of the map, it makes it easier for us to get to the outer regions, but at the same time, the infrastructure is not as good because, as you can see, there's literally a dirt road there.
Right. Whereas on the south side of the map, there's that nice highway.
There is. There's this really nice highway
city
here.
you just clicked on seems like a good starting point, or even
Alpha
that
Victor.
crossroad to the right of it. One of those two.
Bravo Uniform could be quite a good region. It's rural and it has that highway. We don't have any stats ready for this region yet, but that highway makes it very easy to move around. So
yes, I like that crossroad. That feels like a nice central. Yeah, we'll have a hard time getting over the bridges, but
Okay, right, Commander, we're in. Bam. And that's given us a region on our nearby areas, so we can see how many people are living there, how many of them are hostile to us, how many of them are neutral, and how many are loyal, how many supporters we have.
I see. So we have to win over the local population.
That is one of the ways we can win, yes. If, the region is overwhelmingly in love with us, then we've done our mission and no one wants to be an insurgent. However, alternatively, you could make everyone in the region terrified of you, but you could just subjugate them very aggressively. That's not going to make foreign powers like you as much, but you don't necessarily need the aid of the USA.
Right, so we can go for a reign of terror. Well,
Yes.
Instinctively, I like to build utopias. Now, if it all goes wrong, we'll bring out the boots. But
Okay.
for now, let's try to be nice and be the good leaders.
Good. So we start out pretty well. This is our overview in HQ. It's not very fancy, but we have $43 worth of funds, and we can spend those funds improving stuff. We can buy service discussions, where these are civilian upgrades to improve the lives of the people around.
Right.
The more we do this, the more we will increase corruption and inflation. And you don't want high corruption and inflation. However, it is the only way to kind of pass certain things.
That's this is the necessary extra cost you pay
Yes.
to actually engage and do the things you need to do.
Yeah, because if you're going to go into a very war-torn country and you just go, here's 10 million to build a hospital, someone's going to go, I'm going to borrow 20 grand
for the
of that.
1 million.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, it's just how it is. And until we get an established government and people loving us, corruption's always going to be a problem.
So we have choices between service discussions,
infrastructure discussions, and development. So basically money, welfare, and infrastructure.
Right.
And then in terms of government, we have local like encouragement, getting more loyalists. This is anti-corruption, and this is local militias. So this is like a way for us to get troops, basically.
But I imagine, is this one of those ones that can backfire? Because maybe some of the insurgents are like rebels, or possibly?
Kind of. Basically, this just increases the base defense of our regions, but it lowers the support level, because if you're like a civilian and there's like Barry from the pub has been given an AK and told to watch out for terrorists, you're not exactly going to be comfortable that Barry at the pub, who is a regular alcoholic, is now also one of your police officers with no training.
Yes. So, I would be quite worried if I went down to my local and there was the man there sitting with 10 pints and an AK.
It happens all the time with Tom. It's so hard to get his gun away from him. And then this is like coalition soldiers. So
this is like international help.
This is like international troops that can come in, just smash out the insurgents when they arrive, and it's very useful. But yeah, where would you like to begin? I imagine civilian.
Yeah, I think working with the civilians at first, and then we'll kind of respond to crises. So I think maybe like infrastructure would be a good start. Because if we can improve the roads, then we can get troops around the map more quickly.
So of course we've started the discussions now. So do you want main roads, highways, or dirt roads? This basically makes zones accessible and gives bonuses to construction, combat, and intel in regions with dirt roads. This makes us better and more accessible in regions with main roads, and this makes it better for regions with highways.
Is our starting zone, we're starting in a highway area?
We're starting in quite a highway and road-based area, yes.
All right, so let's focus on urban then. So I would say highways is where we begin.
Cool. Highways.
Get control of like the urban economic centers.
Lovely.
So I think one level of that, and then maybe we'll do like some economic investment.
Sure, development discussions. Okay, so we've got vocational training to develop and increase the skills of workers. This hostile populations basically reduce the effectiveness of this, but it makes people support us more.
Right.
A development bank, a development bank is good. Increases support a lot, especially in urban environments. But of course, hostile populations reduce it. Luckily, not many hostiles in urban environments for us. Livestock development makes rural zones like us more and support us. Once again, hostile people dislike it. Land rights do the same. I think just everywhere, basically. Yes.
Yeah, I think we're currently focusing on urban, so I think we do the development bank. I like that. That'll be more like we get the finance, we get the roads, and then we can kind of start to build up what people need.
Sure, good. I mean, we can even go into like straight up industrial support and commercial support now, which is crazy stuff. We can get electricity up and running because...
That sounds important, actually.
Yes.
Maybe we should do that and then save... a bit of cash for what else can we do in like government and military.
Okay, so we'll get some electricity, and then in government we can get the local militia going, which I think is basically one of our first ways of seeing where the insurgents are.
I think we may have overspent slightly.
No, don't worry, it's fine, it's fine.
Go for local militia, we'll start to build up that.
Inflation is quite high, but that's fine.
You got to spend money to save the world, to make it a better place.
Yeah, watch out for inflation. If inflation gets too high, wait for it to go down again and avoid wasting money.
Oh, I see. So every time you spend, that's like a cool down on spending money. You like if you space out your expenditure, it's a little bit more. All right, I see.
Because inflation basically decreases the rate at which money comes in for us, I think. Interestingly, so basically the goal is to get 100% region stability. Where we currently are is we have 435 supporters and 17,000 hostiles. That number can go up, that number can go down. The reputation bar shows how long until you lose.
So we're currently fine.
Yes, we're on a timer basically, and we can do things to increase our timer or decrease our timer. Our reputation goes down if we bomb a civilian hospital.
So maybe we'll put that pretty low on the priority level then?
Yeah, screw reputation. Who cares? So we got 20 pounds again, and inflation has gone down.
Yeah, I noticed that like actually it looks like infrastructure is like spreading out.
Yep, it is popping up on the map as we like invest and do more good things, like more roads and so on.
I think it would be a good idea if we go into government and get that intel. Is there like a...
Yes, district representatives gathers intel on zones over time, which is very useful. This is also unlocked outreach offices, which basically allow us to roll out initiatives into individual zones.
I like that, so that our influence spreads faster. I think we should just grab that. I'm super on board with that.
Sure, outreach offices immediately. These are really good, and this allows us to prioritize, like, convincing urban people to like us or rural folk. And yes, we receive funds every month. Your budget is based on your reputation and the number of zones you have stabilized. Your superiors need more confidence.
Right. And I see like there's little like hammers going on the map. That's like the things we've done spreading, yeah.
Yep. So because these regions have highways, their highways are being expanded, and we're like getting development in this area, police in this area, and that means we're getting some loyalists coming in because like their lives are being improved. So they're seeing a net benefit from what we're doing.
Excellent. So we're doing good so far.
We are doing good so far. And the electricity has now been hooked up into this town, so they're quite happy.
Oh yeah, you can see our supporters are going up. That's cool. So we just need to fill out those. Oh right, I see district representative assigned.
Yep, so we're getting the district representatives deployed, we're fixing up the highways for them, and then when this is done, stability goes up, people are happier.
God, I'm already like super entertained, and I really want to play this game now.
It's really fun. And so those district representatives are also being sent out into these wider areas, and we're starting to gather intel, because otherwise we have no idea what's going on in, say, Charlie Romeo, other than that it's like a rural area with a path. Whereas now that we've got Alpha Whiskey, that's you.
Absolutely.
We know that we've got this area that's unstable, and it's urban. And it has main roads, but it's very, very kind of like quite dilapidated.
Right. So we need to invest in that, build it up, and try to like,
Yeah.
And how do we get more intel on the actual map? Like,
so
is that just going to spread based on our investments?
It spreads based on our investments, but there are a few ways to like manually move out that.
Right.
And the main one is troops. That's when you're like deploying troops to investigate. You can send like a helicopter over, but this is probably one of the next things we could do. Like, we can ask for international assistance and get foreign countries to come and help, or we can get like universal justice system implemented, foreign relations, democratic transition. This gives us a reputation. However, of course, not everyone wants to be a democracy.
Right, so these might be useful in some areas, but unpopular in others.
Yes.
I do think, actually, you've just clicked on anti-corruption. I think our corruption is like getting close to that halfway point, so that might be like one of the next two things we invest into.
Yeah, this decreases corruption over time, which is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
That will get diminishing corruption.
And can we do that ask for assistance thing, the little bulldozer? Yeah, I like that. We can start working with the international community.
Yeah, we definitely can. And do you want to, like, we got $8. Do you want to sink that into anything?
Let's do a little bit of rural support. I think we focused a lot on the cities.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So this is remote zones. Okay, cool. So we'll get some remote subsidies done. And this is going to roll out into 8 zones, the 8 remote zones on the map.
Yeah, because they're like in the fog of war. I'm a little bit concerned that
they need some help.
Issues.
Yeah, they need some love. But look at this. Our support is going up. We're already at 1% regional stability, and the insurgency is rumored. Military initiatives authorized. So, insurgents are preparing to attack the region. Military initiatives are now available, so we can now deploy soldiers to defend the region. Which is going to happen over time. So police help diminish the likelihood of an attack, but actual soldiers will have to hold on and physically fight and hold the regions.
I see. So do we get armies now that we can deploy? Oh, that's a coalition. Yeah. Get some of those right now.
Yep. So it starts with coalition soldiers, and then we can choose to either continue down the coalition route, but that makes us more reliant on foreign powers, or we can start off weaker going down national soldiers that are cheaper. Actually, no, they're more expensive. But they're less likely to antagonize the locals, because if you have troops deployed in a region, the locals will get upset. If they're national soldiers, they won't get as upset, but they're weaker in combat to begin with. I
think interpreters and guides might be useful so that we can gather intel quicker.
Yep. So this means that we can attach locals and interpreters to the troops, and they'll do scouting for us, basically.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Cool.
Because, like, again, we're not trying to be the iron boot of authoritarianism.
Just yet.
Well, the transition is coming. We're going to be moving into the iron boot sales. They're going to be skyrocketing.
They're going to do great. So yeah, we now have our troops loading in, and then we can deploy them to a region. So we can deploy them off to, say, a far off mountainous region to try and find these insurgents. So where would you like me to put them on the map?
I think somewhere across the river on that eastern side, maybe like on one of the crossroads. Yeah, one of the crossroads would be fine. Okay. Yeah, here, that's perfect.
Okay, cool. So we're going to deploy them here. So they're deployed in Delta uniform. You can drag the soldier token to move it to different zones around the region. But currently they're just like gathering intel here. Oh, insurgents have been reported in Foxtrot Oscar.
Right, deploy the coalition forces. Let's get them out of there.
Now, this is cost us logistics. Actually, I think logistics is the time it takes to get there. The issue we run into is we don't have intel on this region, which means going into it, our troops can be walking into an ambush.
So should we hang out next to there first and gather intel before? Yeah, do that then. Yeah.
Just from experience, because I've like marched troops in, because like we're getting a little bit of information, but we can only see like 2 units there. For all we know, there's like 2 full squads there. We march our squad in, it's dead. But now that we've got that region, we can then just like move into the next.
Scooch over one.
Scooch on over one. They'll get themselves set up. We've got the intel on this unstable region. Highway cut journeys time. There we go.
Nice.
Local business leaders praise the expansion and improvement of the regional highway network.
So look, the plan is working. We're rebuilding this country. What should we call our country?
Potatopia.
Ooh, Potatopia. That's like my default name anytime I'm playing like a city building game.
Just
Potatopia.
Your name plus Opia. Okay.
So our reputation just got hit because we were slow.
We were slow when the insurgents have taken over one region. So they've taken over this region and set up a base there, which is rough, but we now know where the insurgents are going to be located. Oh, and we've got a mission. Okay.
Charities prepared to help. A number of major charities and NGOs are prepared to work with Bedtime Enforce Me to stabilize the region. How will you allow them to operate? So we can give them full access, limited access, or funding. So this will increase inflation and corruption.
Yes.
Maybe limited access, because we're dealing with an insurgency.
Yes, limited access will still gain some free incentives over time, will slightly increase inflation in corruption, but it does cost us some money. Yeah. So that's what you want?
Yeah, that feels a little bit safe.
Yeah, that seems like the nice, safe route. So yeah, we'll still get some free incentives every now and again. I don't feel necessarily confident still walking into this area because we don't have much intel on it, or corruption's rising. We'll deal with that in a second.
Yeah, well, there's many fires to put out now. We've got a little bit of a battle brewing. Could we recruit another troop and send 2 in?
Yes, and then they'd probably do great. So do you want to deploy more coalition soldiers, or do you want to go national soldiers? Or do you just want to get airstrikes?
Let's get airstrikes. I like that. Yeah, let's do airstrikes. Or maybe some drones.
Please read the bottom thing.
Oh, civilian casualties are possible. Listen, we need to rebuild this nation, and air power is probably one of the most powerful ways
to encourage rebuilding, because you destroy what's existing.
We're going to destroy the local houses, and then we'll contract people to build them again. That's how you rebuild the economy. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want surveillance drones?
I would like that. I don't think we can afford both.
We can't afford both. So would you rather have airstrikes or peaceful surveillance drones?
I want the airstrike.
Okay, airstrikes it is. Cool. So we can then upgrade this to decrease the cooldown, increase the attacks, but also make civilian casualties more likely, or precise munitions that decrease the risk of civilian casualties.
I think I would like the precise ones.
That it is cheaper than heavy ordnance, surprisingly.
So does that mean if we go out to the map now, we can do airstrikes?
We can, yes. However, corruption is high, so I was going to suggest maybe we get some...
yes, do that.
Yeah, less corruption. Incentives cause less corruption when funded. So, yeah, that means the more actions we make, we now add less corruption.
Perfect. And I think corruption hurts our income, right? So where's the airstrike button? Can we...
So I think when our soldiers move into combat, the airstrikes can happen.
Right.
So what I'm going to suggest we do is we move into these nearby regions, and then when the insurgents then move out to capture the next region, we send in our soldiers with the support of the airstrike. Oh, see, look, they're coming in now. So we send our troops in, cancel the move order. They get set up here.
And now we're defending, essentially.
Yes, now insurgents are engaged in Gulf Sierra. And this bar shows how the battle's going on. and placing soldiers in adjacent zones increases our strength and stops the insurgents from escaping.
Perfect.
So if the insurgents lose the fight, they'll just bugger off into the next nearby zone. And they're really hard to pin down.
So it's a bit like playing whack-a-mole with little blue soldiers, right?
It is, yes.
And do we get... Oh, we never invested in it. We got airstrikes instead, I see.
Yes, so we won, and here comes our plane.
Oh my God.
Oh, yes. Glorious victory. And so we've pushed the insurgents back. So they've escaped to Foxtrot Oscar.
Excellent. So shall we try to do that thing you were doing where we like surround them and try to get intel about them?
Sure. So we're going to need to get more troops, basically. So do you want national soldiers or coalition soldiers?
Let's get another coalition, and then we might start going down the national soldier line. Do like a mix. That way we have like good soldiers to put out fires, but then we have like long-term soldiers we can place in key strategic locations.
100%. So I'm going to drop these guys in. I feel like we could do with a civilian improvement because it's been a while since that. What would
radios,
you like?
Let's get the people radios.
Telecoms, yeah. This will mean that they can post pictures of the war crimes, by the way.
I was hoping that they would just do like TikTok dances instead of rebelling.
They might do that too.
Yeah, go for that. Telecoms.
Sure. Okay, telecoms are up. There we go.
That's like I feel like I've gone down like the wrong dialogue tree. Let's like maximize air bombardment and also give them the ability to record my mistakes.
Yeah. What could go wrong? Telecoms 2 completed by charity.
Oh,
this
nice.
is great. So a charity operation, because we got telecoms 1, we're just like, hey, we'll pay for telecoms 2.
That's huge. And that's going to give us a lot of support across the map. So we'll see that little green bar start to fill up.
It's going to take a while to get rolling. I'm noticing the insurgents are moving out into this region and this region at the same time. So as soon as we scan this, I think maybe we just march our troops in. We're really enjoying that bombing.
We're going to flatten those hills.
Bedtime Enforce Me sees more family homes powered. 44% more family homes are receiving power.
That's what my mother always said to me. It says, look, if you don't go to bed, the power station won't work anymore. So like ever since we started telling people it's time to go to bed.
It does work. I feel like we need to try and take back control of this zone.
Can we send 2 troops in or only 1?
We can send 1 troop in, but the troop in the next region improves the combat.
Right, let's do it. Yeah, let's invade.
Right, sending in coalition soldiers. Pacify.
We're helping.
Yes, pacification
process. Could we get less discriminate or more discriminate air bombardment?
More discriminate air bombardment, so heavy ordnance.
Yes, that one. I like that one.
Heavy ordnance is in. Do you want soldiers to gather intel quicker?
Yes, please. That would be amazing, because then we could start to pin them down.
Coalition antagonize the locals less, or civil assistance, so soldiers help roll out the initiatives and increase local support. So like building of telecom towers, soldiers will help build those telecom towers.
Yeah, especially if we're using like the coalition forces, it'd be good to have like offsets to our upsetting of people having... Yeah, so get one of those. I'm happy with either.
Okay, right. I'll go for civil assistance because I feel like we're building a lot in these regions, so it makes sense. And we're currently scouting here, and there we go, combat's going. Yep, so we'll then push these insurgents out. I mean, they're going to escape to these 2 regions, but we're going to get this region back.
Right. And I imagine hills are quite hard to fight in.
I think it does diminish some of our combat abilities, yes. Warning insurgents escaping from our soldiers. Yes, we know that.
So, right, we need to basically be like amoebas and just kind of like capture them. Can they cross the river, actually?
I don't know, actually. Oh, they're trying to move into this region, so I'm going to move some soldiers over. I'll move this force over to here as well.
Let's get a national army now to hold that like 3rd line.
Okay, national army. Deploy those national soldiers. Corruption getting very high now, Potato.
Listen, so you got to break a few eggs to make an omelette.
Okay, that's fine. We can break all of the eggs.
Yeah, we probably should deal with corruption with our next lot of money. But like this is like the classic crunchy feel of these like pandemic style games.
Yeah.
Where there's too much to do and not enough money to do it.
Yes, which is the way it is. Can I get rid of that corruption?
No, you need 2 more dollary dues.
2 more dollary dues. Okay. Gosh. Just seeing the civilian airstrikes going in, Potato, this is wild.
These aren't civilian. No, we're striking the insurgents.
Charities built dirt roads.
Amazing. And I really like how you can see on the map, like the little hammers and the roads actually get improved.
Yep, and you can see the actual terrain on the map improve as well, which is really, really nice.
I always like games where like the map actually changes as you make decisions.
Yeah.
Like, and it like improves. satisfy some like deep.
Your little monkey brain loves it.
Yeah, it's like the same thing when you're playing like an idle game. Ooh, number get bigger.
Ooh, number up. Oh, so we can now start building garrisons. So this allows us to build like defensive locations that provide intel and combat support to nearby soldiers. So like effectively give us front lines almost.
Oh, so these are like forts.
Yes, like forts.
Excellent. Oh. Okay, so maybe there was like, maybe the bigger airstrikes was like a small error. But look, I was operating with a lack of intel. I didn't know there were civilians in those areas.
There's civilians in all of the areas, Potato.
All right, so I think the best thing to do is, let me see, so we can downplay it, we can cover it up, or apologize, slightly decrease support level. Mm-hmm. I think the obvious thing to do is apologize.
Oh, are you sure? It does decrease the support level. Whereas this is an 88% chance that they 78% chance that they never know.
You know what? Getting airstruck, that was a skill issue, so I'm going to try to cover it up.
Should have just moved better.
Been where the bombs were falling.
Airstrike successfully denied. Whoa!
Okay, brilliant.
What airstrike? Lack of stability is impacting your reputation. You need to quickly stabilize zones, fund more civilian incentives to gain support. You need to keep your reputation as high as possible.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, so I'm rapidly finding myself become quite evil. Mm-hmm. So I think we should focus on civilian infrastructure. We've got them corralled. Yep. I think we should start.
Definitely.
Can we do...
So we can get some, like, vocational training in.
Oh, our corruption is actually horrendous.
It's really high. So one thing we want to get stable regions. And it's probably better for us to focus on one type of region. So, like, urban,
let's do urban.
Rural, or, like, okay, urban.
We've already invested quite a bit into urban regions. Okay. So things like highways, industrial support.
Yeah, industrial support, I think, is a good idea. It's going to massively help out in these urban environments. So I think we can also trap some insurgents here. So after we gather intel here, locals in Foxtrot Juliet angry at coalition soldiers. Try not to keep them in the same zone for too long. That's fine. We'll get them moved. Oh, we got combat.
Yeah, let's defend that. Yeah. And so when you click on a zone now, can we deploy?
We can't yet.
I see.
They've got 4 months to train. So because they're not coalition soldiers, we have to actually train them to do combat. Surprise attack in Delta uniform. Insurgents have been detected. They'll come from a nearby insurgent base. Use drones and troops to find them.
Okay. So that was a hidden base.
This is like a surprise attack because the locals aren't happy and we've got no loyalists. If we had loyalists there, someone might have been like, there's an attack coming.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so we have a choice. We can send in these coalition soldiers, which are still gathering intel, or we can wait and deploy these guys. Or actually, wait, this combat should happen.
If we win that combat, I think I would redeploy them, yeah.
Cool, right. So I'll move these guys into here to deal with this combat.
Oh, I can see things are getting like very squirrely and hard to control.
It's okay. Lack of stability is impacting your reputation. I know, game. I know.
Maybe. Every time
Potato wanted civilian bombings.
Every time I see this, oh dear, I fully regret all of my decisions.
This is fine. This is fine. Do you want
highways? Yes.
Highway improvements? Yeah. Or
we need
electricity.
Yes, electricity. That would be the good thing to go.
Okay, right. We'll go for electricity. Because the electricity affects all zones, which is like a universal good.
God, our reputation is actually just shooting down.
Literally as the bomber plane comes in. Oh, God.
Oh, dear.
So we can do some good thing here. We can find and destroy insurgent camps, which is what we're going to do. God damn it, they're escaping.
Oh my God, there's so much happening. Yeah, throw the national troops there and like do a little bit of
we're gonna capture them as they escape. Hopefully.
Oh, I see. So we're cutting them off.
Yeah, if we can cut them off. It's not looking good. Potatoes.
No, I think this is what they call a death spiral.
It's slightly death spirally, but it's okay.
Can we stop the bombing? Stop bombing!
Oh no! Coalition is being pressured to send their soldiers home. Soon you will have to choose whether to sacrifice reputation to extend their deployment.
Oh no!
Also, I love how you're saying, "Can we stop the bombings?" You can't unbomb a civilian, Potato.
Okay, so I see. So I've seen how it can go so wrong.
Concern over lack of healthcare. Bedtime informs me support level is falling in Alpha Yankee because it isn't addressing local civilian needs.
Oh no!
Oh dear! Oh dear!
I'm at a complete loss of what to do. Just
on
go
a full
all
offensive,
in. We have to get a win.
Get those troops in. Who cares how many civilians have to die?
I care. I regret my decision.
Oh God! Let's get rapid air rotation. Decrease those airstrike cooldowns.
That's more. Yeah, okay.
We have to, Potato. We've got to win. We've got to win the war. Yes, stable region.
Oh, will that now give us reputation?
Yes, we get +3 reputation from that.
Oh, I see.
There we go. There we go.
It's still going down so fast.
Dirt roads 2 have just been improved by charities. In comes the bomber plane. Oh, what's this? Coalition's tour duty is over.
You have 2, but you need 7 reputation.
We have to send them home.
Okay, send them home. Damn it.
Oh, gosh.
Ooh,
okay, then what have we got here?
That is painful. 3% chance that the cover-up fails? That's like, that's like the perfect poker hand.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. More soldiers needed to fight insurgents. You're telling me.
Oh, no.
So one of the issues we have is the insurgents have taken over the...
We're dead.
We're dead.
We're dead. We're very dead. But I feel like I learned a lot. I'm ready to go again.
Yeah, good.
I'm ready to go again.
Let's get some region stats. This is the money. This is the corruption. This is the population. We did gain some supporters over time.
Oh, so it wasn't a total failure. We achieved limited aim.
So another way you can win is you can negotiate peace with the insurgents.
Oh.
We made no progress on that.
No, because we basically spent the entire time bombing them. Which, hindsight 2020...
Here's our reputation.
I actually think that moment there is when we implemented bombing.
I wonder where the civilian bombing run started.
Oh my God. Okay, so I've learned that that's not the best way.
Okay.
I think we'll open with a similar-ish strategy. We'll focus on...
Do you want HQ in the same location?
We'll try to build up the urban areas first, build up a support base, and do a little bit less...
Sure. So, do you want to first pick up the anti-corruption and then the thing that makes corruption less impactful?
Yes, I think that would be really, really useful.
I think that is a good opener, considering it only costs like 14 buckaroos.
And it like helps you for the entire game.
Yeah. And then do we want to maybe just like ignore the insurgents for a bit and just really get some civilian initiatives going?
Yes, that's exactly what I would want to do. Yeah, go full all in, like highways, I want power plants.
Okay, so we'll get our first highway upgrade done. And our first power plant's done. Do you want to also take a look at maybe healthcare? Because that was something
that one sounds quite important, actually, considering we got a pop-up last time that was like, the people don't have healthcare.
Yes, this is good because it increases support level, especially amongst a hostile population.
Right, so this probably would have been a good idea last time to make up for all the mistakes we made.
Schools are good, increase support level, and it's very fast to roll out, actually. This one might be a good one to get
I would say go for schools, educate people really quick, and we'll get them water and healthcare as soon as their next income comes in.
Perfect. Right, away we go. First opening moves in.
I'm already feeling a lot more confident.
I feel like you're more confident. Yes, this is doing good. Is this in the collection? No, this is a game from the developers who made Plague Inc., which is in the collection. This game is very similar to Plague Inc. I think it's also free on the App Store.
Yes.
Could be wrong. Literacy Drive, faster rollout as well, encourages citizens to engage with learning. Or do you want to maybe get started on some development? Or
I think water is like super important. It's like one of those fundamental basic human needs. So if we get that fulfilled, people will feel a lot better.
Bam, water's in. Let's go. Good stuff, Potato. I really like the like rollout of incentives and upgrades we've got going here, and we're getting some good cash in as well.
Yeah, I think part of the thing that was hurting us last time.
TJ's died. I'm sorry. Can we have an F in the chat for TJ? He's on the floor and bleeding. What a tragedy.
Should we call for help?
No.
Okay.
It's a charity stream. Charity's more important.
Gotcha.
Sorry, TJ.
Healthcare can happen later.
Healthcare can happen later, just like here.
Yes,
in
exactly.
Potatopia.
Let's get healthcare.
Let's get healthcare then. Okay.
And I think one of the things that really hurt us last time was we let our corruption and inflation get out of control. So I feel better that we have
our corruption is a lot lower than it was when we were at this point. This is so much lower.
Yes.
Which is very good. Very, very good indeed. We are lacking intel quite a lot. And I think that lack of intel does decrease our rollout of infrastructure by quite a metric. So either we can wait until we get the military and use the military to gather our intel, get some like drones out nice and early, or we can start rolling out the district representatives.
I think. Do you have to get an army in this? Can you do it completely peacefully? That's kind of a thought. I would like to try and do it without deploying coalition troops.
It is possible. It's very unlikely you're going to be able to pull it off.
Okay. Well, we'll try to keep it a low army build then, and we'll try to focus most of our investment on things.
Winning hearts and minds.
Yes, winning hearts and minds.
Okay, do you want to maybe try, I don't know, like
I think the economic stuff is really, really important.
Sure.
We've taken care of like basic healthcare, basic education, but I think I'd like to fill out, maybe focus on urban.
Yeah, because the insurgents aren't likely to appear in the urban environment. They pretty much always appear in the top right-hand corner of the map.
Especially because we're positioned here on the left.
Yeah, so the sooner we get these regions set up, the higher our reputation is, the more money we get.
Perfect.
So.
Oh, I see. So actually, having loyal areas gives you more cash.
Gives you more cash to work with.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So do you want to upgrade the development bank for urban areas?
Yeah, development bank for urban areas. And then anything that helps urban, I think, is just instantaneously get that.
Yeah, so industrial support would be next.
So that we can make like a nice muscle of things that all protect and, control each other. Mm-hmm. And then we'll focus on intel, I think, shortly after that.
Sounds good. So we need local intel. Yep, they want us to get intel. I know game, it's fine. We'll get there in a bit.
Should we do that now? Or should we continue to focus on what we want to do?
I feel like we can get intel, but if the goal is like just win as many hearts, so actually we do need intel, so we can start rolling out the upgrades.
Yeah, let's get basic intel. So we need 13 for that.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. First meeting. New university proposed. We could build it. Cost free, would increase 68% chance to increase corruption or 70% chance costs overrun. We could approve it with oversight, which would cost us more, but there's a less chance that we'd get corruption or that costs will overrun.
I mean, a 70% chance of cost overrun is pretty high.
Yes.
So I think we approve it oversight and we'll see how it goes.
Hopefully, cross fingers. Corruption increases, but costs don't overrun. Go up. Which is fine. That's fine. It didn't increase by too much, and that university will get some supporters. And look at that. It's decreasing the hostiles.
Which is exactly what we need to do. We need to get that hostile number low.
Get it down.
So that no rebel bases don't appear all over the map.
No one wants to fight for the rebels. If anything, they're insurgent for us. Industrial support?
Yes, please. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yes, I want more of that.
Cool. Let's go.
Then maybe more power in motorways when we're...
Yeah, roads are good because they increase the rate at which the construction projects happen.
Right. So anything you invest into happens quicker.
Yes. Yeah. So we got these services up and this infrastructure up. Now we've got the intel on this area. We're starting to reveal it and get our projects going. Water's rolled out into this area, which is really, really good.
Yeah, I love seeing that hostile number tick down. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think it would be good to deploy some soldiers. So I think that's going to be our priority now.
Yeah, so we have to get our coalition soldiers to unlock this, and we'll get them deployed in. Probably over to this area so we can start, gathering the intel on it.
If we let the insurgents get out of hand, is that what ticks down a reputation?
Yes. The more regions they control, the lower faster our reputation drops, basically, because we're like blundering the project.
So I think I'd like to focus on military intel gathering and training national armies to try to control the insurgency.
Mm-hmm. It's possible for us to now go full national soldiers because the coalition soldiers will have to go home eventually. So if we can build up our own national army and fight the insurgents ourselves, that's a good win for us.
That's exactly what I want to do. Because I don't like the idea of an army that can get taken away from me at a critical moment, like what happened last time.
Yes. Good idea. Okay, so we'll save up until we have enough cash for that. Perfect. Support is going well to the point where this region is almost stable, which is good. Insurgents have reported an attack on Foxtrot Lima, so I feel like we might need to send our troops in just to not give them the foothold.
Make it harder for them. Rush in.
Because if, in the very least, we can delay the takeover of the region, we might not win the fight, but we can pull our troops out.
Yes.
And now we're ready to start training our local troops.
Yeah, train some national soldiers. I think that's what I want to do next.
Okay.
And then I would like to maybe get like local... Wait, do we need local translators if we're training national troops? It probably is.
Yes, because your local troops don't upset the locals as much, but they still do.
Right.
And with translators, potentially they can even be outreach almost.
Yes. Okay, so that's the direction I'd like to go.
Yeah. Look at this road upgrade going on over here. This is going great.
So, out of curiosity, insurgents engaged. Okay, so we're just fighting them now.
Yeah, we're just fighting them now, which should be like a relatively even fight.
And I'd like to chase them around. Oh, we got a first. I was just about to ask, do we have a loyal region?
Yeah, we do now. Look at this. Bravo
Brilliant.
uniform is now stable.
And so how do we tell how much money that's bringing in now?
So that's given us +3 reputation, basically. So
Right.
it gives us a quick cash influx of like, I don't know, £3, but that higher reputation is better and more
perfect.
money. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So now we're making an extra $1 per year. Which is, it adds up because the game takes place over many years. I think I would like surveillance drones and civilian translators.
Yes, a good idea. Civilian translators we just need one more for, but that surveillance drone now gives us the visibility we need to know this attack is happening. Our troops are ever so slightly losing, but it's okay now that we have that vision.
Oh, it's ticking up now slightly.
It is ticking up. We can grab those translators.
Yes, and then I think I would like human terrain, or civil assistance. Either of those, I'm happy because I want to kind of lower that thing. And then maybe we could start working on like rural outreach.
I feel like I want civil assistance because then we can use our troops to speed up the construction projects, and those construction projects will be what really yield us the hearts and minds of the population.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm on board.
We're winning this fight actually now.
Yes.
This is great. We've got them bogged in. Okay, they've started attacking this next region, which is a shame.
So how is the prison reforms considered? A review has found that the regional prison system is significantly below international standards. It proposes new policies around prisoner care and judicial processes. Ooh. How will we respond? So we can do no reform. We can't afford full reform.
No.
Oh.
Or limited reform.
I think we'll do limited reform purely because I don't like the 62% chance of
international anger could be quite bad. Gradual reform, there we go. We've done it. The insurgents will grab a hold of Foxtrot Juliet, but we can't win all of the territory. That's just not possible.
No. Well, I want to win all the territory. So how close are we to bringing loyalism here? Okay,
this is going, we're about halfway there. And as you can see, it's like turning more and more green. They're getting more of our flags going. So this is going great. Oh, we've discovered the insurgent camp. So this is where the insurgents, this is like their HQ. So we can use soldiers or airstrikes to destroy it immediately. And we don't want them to really get settled. It will be a problem.
No, so that's going to be priority number one. Can we deploy another national army?
Yes, we can get them training.
Let's go.
Yeah, so bam, they're in. And then we can start improving their strength and speed.
Yes, so I basically, here's how I want to do it. I want to like invest in civilian help. And then an army, civilian help, and then an army, so that we can just start to really control that. So, like,
so
basic sanitation.
We've built an army, and do you want to gain some basic sanitation as well?
Yes, please.
Cool, bam.
That's how I want to go.
Lovely. Oh, this is going great, Potato.
I think it is. I think that the only thing is we have to wait for those armies to come in. So my thought is we get them building nice and early, and then as things start to escalate, they will actually be pre-built and ready to roll out.
Yeah, they're there for us when we need them. I kind of don't even want to deploy our troops in necessarily into this region. I kind of want to capture these nearby regions.
Yeah.
Keep them pinned in a bit.
No, I think that's a good idea. I think, well, my thought was to go just straight in, but maybe have you played the game a little bit?
No, we definitely can. If you want to go straight in, then hell yeah.
My thought would be to deploy the national soldiers adjacent to the coalition and then use the coalition soldiers to do the fighting because they're a little bit better at fighting.
Cool, sounds great. Sounds great to me, right. So they're helping with these construction projects, actually. How long would that take? Quite close.
I think, I'm happy to let them continue to do that. That's totally fine by me.
Oh, but actually, we could just send them straight in.
You're like the devil on my shoulder, just like, but we could do this thing instead. We could do this. So we just deployed an army, and then we did. Our corruption's very high. I think you're right.
It is, yeah.
We also need intel.
We do need intel.
This is the crunchiness of this game. You have to choose between so many different things.
Yeah.
Can we afford corruption and intel?
Soon. I'd start with corruption because it increases our overall support level.
Yeah, let's do that. And that'll get us more loyal regions. That'll get us more money. It'll reduce.
Okay, these regions got built, and we're now defending these troops because they're getting attacked. Oh, look at how well we're crushing them.
Smashing. Can we now invade that base? I'd like to do that.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for this combat to end, and then they're retreating, and then we send in our troops.
And now the national troops are helping build as well, although they probably switch to supporting when that battle starts.
No, they're doing both. They're multitaskers, Potato. They can do a little bit of both. They're helping expand those highways and roads, and it's a dirt road, actually, so it's not that great. But still.
How much for a third army?
Third army would be $12.
Get them right now. Okay, we need to just deploy the troops because they're like little workers. They can build roads and stuff now for us.
Yeah, they're multitaskers, absolute multitaskers. Medicine supply chain's vastly improved, so that's great. That's like the population is loving how much medicine we've rolled out into the world.
Amazing. I love seeing the hostile numbers ticking down.
I'm afraid our troops aren't going to win this fight. Yeah, we're just not ready to quite take over HQ. So I'm going to instead move the troops over here. So
losing a battle cost us a reputation. Okay, but we have a little bit more buffer, and we're not doing airstrikes quite as much.
No.
So
one issue that is happening is we are going to lose this region as well. We just simply don't have enough troops to control everything at the same time. There's a surprise attack, but hey, we got this region down.
Perfect.
Which is good. Our next army is almost there.
Is there anything we can do to like improve our combat capabilities?
This would improve our national combat soldiers' strength and their movement speed, which is very good.
Right.
But to improve the like NATO forces, you basically need airstrikes.
Okay.
Or actually, I think this can be better. Combat sensors, yeah. Surveillance drones boost soldiers' combat strength. So that's just like universal. If the drone is above you whilst you're fighting, you will do better.
I think I'd like to really focus on controlling the insurgency because it looks like it's starting to get out of hand.
It is.
So really focus on like combat sensors. Really focus on weapons upgrades, maybe even buying forts. Wait, would forts be a good idea right now?
Garrisons could be a good idea, yeah, because they'd boost the combat support.
Oh, yeah.
And intel. Yeah, that's actually great. Security checkpoints, increase zone security, so insurgents take longer. Civil support, combat reinforcements. Oh, very good. These are all good things, Potato. Okay, so
I like that. So how do we actually deploy a garrison?
I think it might get built randomly on the map. I could be wrong. Oh, here we go. Is this it? Yes, chosen for a garrison.
Yes,
so do we want to go here?
Yep.
Yep, cool.
Because now we can move them down to a different area.
And look, now they're reinforcing this fight.
So could we push the National Army to the right there?
We could, yeah. And they'd probably be able to win this fight because they'd be getting reinforced by the garrison.
And then we're about to be able to deploy another National Army and really
which would then really get some support, and we could probably drop them in here.
Oh, two more regions?
Two more regions, huge.
Maybe this is how we should have played the first time.
Maybe. So we've got $12 here. What do you want to spend it on?
I would like to spend it on better intel. So we need to gather more intel. So the government eye thing. So you've played this game a little bit.
Yes.
Am I playing roughly correctly, or am I a little bit too scattery?
No. I think you are doing relatively well, actually. Yes, I'd say be proud of yourself. You're doing great.
Okay, perfect. Because I'm always curious as to see, like, is my instinct the right way to play a game? And I think
they are.
Just barely losing, maybe with support from.
Yeah, I feel like I'd maybe need to move coalition soldiers deployment almost over.
Well, that's good because we are getting our third National Army soon.
Yeah,
and we do have garrisons.
Thought that these troops would be able to assist immediately, but they can't. They need intel before they can. But it's okay. This should be enough almost. God, it's close.
It's very, very. Can we improve their weapons?
Yes, we can.
Let's do that. Like maybe that'll be the saving grace.
Cool. Let's buy them better weapons. Fight, national soldiers, fight.
I just want to see that bar tick up now.
There we go.
I think we do a long extension.
Long extension. That's
right. It's 10 reputation.
Okay.
We are a little bit up on rep. What do you disagree?
I'd say short. We're rolling out a national army that I think is going to be more powerful than the coalition troops.
Right.
Okay.
So we'll do a short extension.
We are doing good.
I think, unfortunately, we're like quite close to finishing. So what can we get done in the last couple of minutes, do you think?
Probably some civilian outreach that will make people happy. So I'm just going to buy this and this, get some water and toilets going, and we should be able to win the hearts and minds here. Insurgents control a number of connected zones, which is giving them combat bonuses. But it's okay, because our combat bonuses are doing okay. Like, we're winning a huge amount of these regions over. I wish we could win these regions better. And God, we're even losing the center.
Well, we do have another army to deploy at least, and those coalition forces are on another tour.
Yeah. They are. They're on for one more tour. One more tour, baby. And we're going to improve our troops again just because we have to. We've got to keep improving them.
God, this is like, it's all going to hell, even though I feel like we were doing such a good job.
Like,
we are so much more than
doing good. Don't worry. Soldiers need help to win in Foxtrot Lima. Don't worry. You're doing great, guys.
Yeah, you're surviving. You've got it.
That's all we needed you to do. Probably combat reinforcements.
Yeah, we need that. We need that up there.
Like, please give me my money. Okay, combat reinforcements, go. Bam. Boost that combat strength. Yeah, come on. Look at the regions we're taking control of. This is going so good. And even in the regions the insurgents are controlling, we have help.
It's ticking up. We're doing it. We're pushing the back. Now, unfortunately, we are losing in the mountains with the coalition, but that's fine.
Doesn't matter. The coalition soldiers aren't national soldiers. We don't care about them.
Security checkpoints, yes. I want...
Garrison set up fortified checkpoints across zones to detect and hinder enemy. We only have one garrison, so I don't feel like that's the most valuable.
And would the more drones help combat strength then?
So fuel and endurance, basically. So this increases the length drones are out for. And that drone provides an intel buff, which is useful.
I think it gives you like a small combat buff when it's like flying over the zone you're fighting in.
Yeah, it does. And then I think we can do it again now.
Yes, that's exactly what I would like to do.
Okay, and I think we can probably actually push on the insurgent HQ now.
Oh, that's right. We have a lot of troops.
So we're winning this region, and then because of that, we're going to have a huge bonus here. What's up with you?
This is why I wanted to do 2 extensions. We'll do one more short. We're attacking the base. We need just a little bit more time.
Sorry, Mr. Obama. I just need a bit more time.
Please, that would. But we have
another garrison.
Yes, another garrison would be amazing.
It's actually really good.
And it's in a perfect spot as well.
Fantastic.
But our reputation is doing amazing because we've won the hearts and minds of everyone on the left side of the map.
Yeah, and we can improve them even more with infrastructure. I don't know, something probably like dirt roads is quite cheap, or normal roads actually, because they cover most of the map. Let's go for that.
Yes, that would be perfect.
All right, bam. And then we can send in the troops.
And now they're all kind of supporting and helping each other.
Yep. And we got the drone nearby. I wonder if I can buff Drone Boy even more. Speed up. Okay. Military. Okay, I can't buff drone, but...
I think if only we had like a little bit more time. I don't think there's a huge amount.
There's not more time, yes,
unfortunately.
Sadly, but
I'm hoping that we clear that base at least.
Yeah, insurgents destroyed in Foxtrot Juliet. So we've genuinely wiped the insurgents off of the map in terms of like their combat capabilities, and they no longer have a region to retreat into, which is huge in this case because basically not having an area to retreat to means that they die. And they can't escape, and they just lose an entire squad of troops. So because they're trying to retreat into this region, but we're here, we cut off the retreat, and they die.
Right, it's like the pursuit phase of a battle in medieval times. You catch them on the retreat. I think we're on like
we're on a break now.
Spiral.
So we're doing great.
This game.
We're going to win this game now. The locals love us. Region stability is high. The insurgents have been pushed out. Our local forces have crushed it. And yes, we're going to go to break now and come back with a different game. Because that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. This is 2 million. What?
Oh, Jesus.
That's not accurate. Wow. It's nice to know that graphic works in 4 days' time when we hit it. 2 million insurgents foiled. Right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.